All right. Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into today's event. 6 workflows you can set up for your best BFCM yet. We're beyond excited to have so many of you tuning in today. Please comment in the chat what your favorite Halloween candy or movie is, or both if you're an overachiever. I grew up in the 90s, so my favorite Halloween candy is Dots. I know that's a throwback, but I really enjoy them. All right, we'll get started in a few minutes here. All right, looks like we have our first candy recommendation, candy corn. That's a good one. Definitely a good one. All right. We are ready to get started. Thank you again for tuning in today. We have a stellar lineup of experts, content, and giveaways for all of you. So let's start with the fun part, the giveaways. We'll be giving away multiple gift cards today throughout the event. The gift cards will be given to randomly selected attendees that are active in the chat. So please drop your questions for the panelists and we'll answer you all at the end. If you have a question, please make sure you include who the question is addressed to so we know who to ask. All right. And with that, I'd like to now introduce our friends from Klaviyo and Narvar. First up, we have Ian Mahanes, who works in tech partnerships at Klaviyo. Klaviyo is an intelligent marketing automation platform that turns customer data into faster growth. Fun fact, Ian's favorite Halloween candy is the Nerd's Rope. Ian, welcome to the stage.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? We ready to hop into my workflows?
Let's do it.
Sweet. Again, as Sam had mentioned, I'm Ian. I work on the technology partnerships team here at Klaviyo. And today I'm going to be presenting 2 workflows. A lot of you might really know Klaviyo as an email and SMS platform, but I'm going to be talking more so on us as a database platform and how you can power better marketing outside of Klaviyo. Sam, can we actually bounce back to the first workflow here? So the first one I wanted to speak on today is using first-party data inside of Klaviyo to power better BFCM ads. If you guys aren't using loyalty or referrals program, first of all, I would go speak to FriendBuy and Sam. They're a great platform with a stellar integration into Klaviyo. And why referrals and loyalty are so important is often those loyalty customers are going to be high LTV, those folks who are doing different activities that you set for them to get points towards that next purchase. Your referral customers are super important because they're going to be helping kind of be your advocates and bring in net new customers at a low clip. So you can actually take all that data from FriendBuy inside of Klaviyo to build different segments and then take those segments and push them to your ads platform. So we have direct integrations into Meta. So that's Facebook, Instagram. We also have a direct integration into Google and then Criteo and AdRoll. So you can take those segments and then push them and build audiences, specifically lookalike audiences, to attract more high LTV customers who are going to have higher AOV. This will also help drive down your conversion rate or increase conversion rates and then also lower your CPAs. Something to consider here too, if you're not using a loyalty or referrals platform, is that Klaviyo has predictive analytics built in. So you can look up things like predictive LTV and try to attract and build audiences based off customers with high predictive LTV. You can also build segments on customers who have high purchase rates, so might have purchased a couple different times. Really try to identify those customers who are those true VIPs and then use those to build your lookalike audiences over Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Now, another piece I wanted to talk to you on this is actually creating segments of customers who may have purchased a couple different times, and then driving those folks into your loyalty and referral program. Oftentimes, I see a lot of brands doing like an exclusive event leading up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where it'll be an exclusive discount and they'll get early access to those deals. So you can actually run different ads and even SMS and email campaigns to have people sign up for your loyalty or referral program and then extend them that VIP discount that'll drive more folks into those programs and help with LTV kind of down the stream, even beyond Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The final thing I'll touch on here too is just using retarget campaigns for those folks. It's a great time to kind of showcase those top discounts for those loyalty and referral customers to make sure they're aware and they're purchasing during this period. And we actually had a really good question come in prior to the webinar. Thanks to whoever submitted this, but it's a question around how do you keep really people involved in like the hype going beyond just Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So I've seen a lot of customers do this with discounting. And so when you're thinking about discounting, think about ways you can do like daily promotions on either collections or specific products. But this can be really impactful is because you actually have a lot of that data already inside of Klaviyo on who had purchased from that collection or that specific product. You can take those segments, build them in Klaviyo and push those to the ads platforms and then target your creative all around that product or collection with that daily discount to really kind of drive on that scarcity of the time period of like, hey, this is a daily deal. You're getting a really good value, 30% off, whatever it might be. And then have that ad copy really kind of mirror that collection or that product. And then popping to the next workflow here, workflow number 2 from me is really, again, using Klaviyo as a CDP. So FriendBuy has set up really cool integration with Klaviyo that allows you to take in any events from Klaviyo and use it as an awarding activity inside of FriendBuy. Narvar has an awesome integration that sends around 18 different events across the post-purchase experience. So those are going to be different ones like shipping events, out for delivery, things of that nature, and then also on the return side. But one of the ones that is kind of synonymous with the holiday season and is often a negative event is around carrier delays. These are often inevitable this time of year due to weather, due to high order volume. But wanting to turn that experience into a positive one. So Narvar sends in a carrier delay event to Klaviyo. And then based on that event, we can trigger a flow and then actually filter out for folks who are part of your loyalty program. And now you can turn that negative experience into a positive one by saying, hey, we're so sorry for the delay. We want to award you 50 points towards your next purchase. And then with a webhook in the flow, Klaviyo can actually trigger that points to, or trigger an award of points via FriendBuy to that specific customer. So that's a little bit of how you can turn those negative experiences into positive ones. And with that, I'll hand things over to Sam.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing these really, really great ideas, Ian. This is the power of having a fully integrated tech stack. All of these workflows can be completely automated. Before I share workflows 3 and 4, I wanted to announce our gift card winner. And the winner is, drum roll please, Osgor Yilmaz. Congratulations. Woohoo. All right. So let's move on to workflows 3 and 4. But first, I will formally introduce myself. My name is Samantha Samuels. I'm the VP of Partnerships here at FriendBuy. And Friend by powers referral and loyalty programs for high growth brands. All right, so diving into workflow 3, say you have a referral program and you're rewarding advocates through that referral program, which is definitely a best practice. With FriendBuy and Klaviyo, you can remind advocates to redeem their rewards via email and SMS. For those of you that might not know, an advocate is someone who refers their friends and family to your business. The purpose of this workflow is to encourage those referrers or advocates to redeem the rewards they've earned. For this example, we'll encourage an advocate to redeem their coupon code. So for the first step on the left here is to create a flow in Klaviyo where the trigger is FriendBuy reward earned. And that event is being sent to Klaviyo from FriendBuy. From there, you'll want to set a 7-day delay, and then you'll want to set a filter that checks if they've purchased since initially earning that reward. So one way you can do that is to check if has placed order is 0 times in the last 7 days. And then you can set up your email to remind your advocate to use their coupon code. Using Klaviyo's email builder, it's really easy to drop their coupon code directly in the email. So it's easy for the customer to copy and paste that and use it at checkout. They have really great merge variables that you can include in emails to dynamically insert information that's included in the customer profile. Then, if the advocate still hasn't redeemed their reward and you want to take this to the next level, you can add a 3-day delay before following that email up with a text message. The text would say essentially the same thing as the email. You might want to add an emoji or two, but you can remind the advocate to redeem their reward, drop their coupon code in the text, and then link them back to your site to shop and use that coupon code. It's a great way to keep your advocates engaged and continuing to refer once they know they can keep earning rewards for those referrals. All right. Okay, next is workflow number 4. Workflow number 4 uses Narvar, Klaviyo, and FriendBuy together, which we love to see. This flow helps to drive referral program awareness by inviting customers to refer after their after their product has been delivered. So the first thing you'll want to do is create a flow in Klaviyo where the trigger is that the product has been delivered. That delivered event is sent from Narvar to Klaviyo through their integration. You'll then want to add a delay of maybe approximately 4 weeks or 28 days. This gives customers the chance to try your product and, of course, fall madly in love with it. You can always customize the number of days after the product is delivered to account for, the most common return windows. Then you'll want to send an email through Klaviyo letting them know about your referral program and how they can get rewarded by sharing the news about how much they love your product. Again, you can drop their personal URL, aka their personal referral link, directly into the Klaviyo email. Fun fact, the referral link lives on the customer profile. So all you need to do is drop in the FriendBuy referral link merge variable into that email. This makes it easy for customers to copy and paste the link and share it with everyone they know. Even if they don't copy and paste the link right away, it's important to send referral program awareness emails like this one around once a month, once a quarter to your customers, so that when they are ready to refer someone, finding the referral link in their inbox only takes a few seconds. And that's it from me. Before I pass it on to Claire, I'd like to announce our second gift card winner. And the gift card winner is, drumroll, Ashley Rosselier. Yay! Congratulations. We will send out all the gift cards after the presentation. All right, we are ready for the last 2 workflows, and I'd like to welcome Claire Johnson, Senior Customer Marketing Manager at Narvar. Narvar is a post-purchase customer experience platform, and Claire's favorite Halloween candy is Reese's. She just mentioned to me earlier that there's now a pumpkin Reese's, and I love that to go along with my pumpkin spice lattes. Sign me up. All right, please join me in giving Claire a welcome.
Wow, I feel very famous after that little intro with the drum roll. But thank you so much, Sam, and thank you everyone for joining us today. And congratulations, Ashley, on the gift card win. So like Sam said, just a little bit of a recap for those of you who might be new to Narvar. So Narvar is a post-purchase platform. We power anything from order tracking to returns for over 1,300 brands today, like Sephora and Glossier, and some really amazing shared customers between FriendBuy and Klaviyo as well. So the two workflows that I will leave you all with, because I know your days are very busy, are around the outbound order journey and what you can do to communicate during that time and what you can really do with that information happening to the customer during that order journey. And then also on the reverse logistics side of the house as well. So in the event that a return happens, which is inevitable as we are going into return season, what can you also do to kind of retain even more revenue given that a return is on the line? So the workflow in front of us, Ian really touched on and Sam did as well. So thank you all for kind of setting us up here to really tee it all up. But the Narvar and Klaviyo integration is really incredibly powerful. It's incredibly easy to set up. And what it really does is provide you in Klaviyo with all of those shipment related events that Narvar is getting from the carrier. So as the package is going through its shipment journey from the time it's been shipped and left the warehouse until the time it gets to the customer, you can get all of those events passed back to you in Klaviyo. So here's a little bit of a diagram to show you what that really looks like. You can then use those events to send messages through Klaviyo itself. So you can let customers know their order has been delayed, it's been delivered. And then more importantly, you can actually take all of these shipment related events and use them to enrich the profiles that you have in Klaviyo as well. So you can really tailor future marketing campaigns like Ian had walked us through and really also speak to sentiment as well. So in the event that someone might experience a delay, you can offer them a discount for a future purchase, like the workflow that Ian walked us through, or even maybe omit them in a few future marketing behavioral type campaigns to really, again, line to the sentiment. So it's incredibly easy to set up. I definitely recommend doing it going into Black Friday. It's only going to enrich what you have kind of already working here today. On to the next element of that, Sam. So similar to like what we're talking about with outbound post-purchase order journey communication, these emails have incredibly high engagement rates. So your average marketing email sees a certain amount of open rates, but these specific transactional emails see on average about 70% open rate. So people are highly engaged. They obviously want to know what is going on with their packages that they are anxiously tracking. So what can you really do in this specific email to really mitigate the calls that might come to your call center and make customers incredibly informed throughout that process? And how you structure this email is incredibly important to that. So through the emails that you might be sending through Klaviyo or Narvar or any other ESP that you might be using, these are 3 quick recommendations that we would make to ensure that you are providing your customer with all of the information that they need to successfully track that package and really keep them out of your call center. So you're really mitigating, again, those contacts that are coming into your probably overwhelmed and maybe understaffed call center. So you can see here one of Narvar customers, Sephora. They do a really great job of surfacing all of that order related information to the top of the email. So if you have a tracking software or service that you're using and you're kicking folks to a track page, or maybe it's a carrier page, surfacing that to the top is really, really incredibly important. Same with Hibbit, this specific example. And then also this example as well with Golf Galaxy. They do a great job, although it's very small and you might need your magnifying glass to see it, of calling out when multiple shipments are at play. So I know a common call that might come into one of your call centers really might be around, one package arrived, but I ordered 3 things. Where's everything else? So again, creating that call to action and letting customers know you have multiple packages coming. Do not panic. They will be here at XYZ timeframe. All right. And then on to the final piece of this. So the returns element of your Black Friday preparations. So in partnership with Klaviyo, like we had mentioned, you have the ability to ingest these shipment related events that are occurring in sending Narvar to Klaviyo. you can actually also ingest returns related events as well once a return is on its way back to the warehouse. So here we have a really great and successful win back campaign that one of our joint customers set up in Klaviyo using those Narvar shipment related events. So once a customer had already made a return, this customer specifically this retailer rather was thinking, how can I go about retaining more revenue and soliciting a sale from this customer in the future? So once they found out that returns had made it back to the warehouse using those shipment related events, they set up a win back campaign in Klaviyo that allowed them to retain not only just a little bit of revenue, but actually they were able to generate $364,000 in 1 year through a win back campaign by offering customers a discount code for a future purchase after a return had been initiated. So just something for you to start thinking about as you're thinking about that win back strategy that you might have going today and how you could potentially incorporate returns into that win back flow as well. And on the heels of that, onto the next element of returns that we can also talk to you about. Speaking of revenue retention, how can you also make it so that your customers are spending again with you in the future, given a return might be inevitable? So we at Narvar every year do a state of returns report. It's available on our site today, where we poll over 6,000 consumers globally and ask them a general amount of questions just about returns. So we really hear it from their mouth and put it into a very actionable report for you to use. In asking them different questions about store credit and returns, 61% of consumers, when they are issued store credit, say that they use it both not only immediately in the next 2 weeks, but they also spend more than initially credited. So I hate to use the term girl math, but this is really girl math at play for those of you that are in on the TikTok trend, where using a gift card is essentially, monopoly money, and any additional dollars that they spend are very kind of sunk costs at that point. But either way, in your returns flow today, we definitely recommend whatever returns platform you are using, offer your consumers a gift card instead of refunding to the original payment method, and even incentivize them to do this. Maybe you waive a shipping fee, waive a restocking fee in lieu of them taking a gift card over refunding to the original payment method, just knowing what's on the other side of them using that gift card, not only immediately, but also adding additional revenue as well to that sale. And then finally, assuming I have not put all of you to sleep yet, to leave you with this final workflow, this is something that can be done in both in Narvar and then in Klaviyo as well. So in the event that that you again have those returns related shipment events flowing back to Klaviyo from Narvar, what better thing can you do than do some sort of win back campaign, letting customers know they might have free shipping on their next order? Or in the Narvar platform itself, you can also offer customers maybe a discount code on a future purchase. Or in this case, you can see our customer Orvis is offering their customers free shipping on their next order after a return had already been initiated. So in this specific use case, Orvis was actually able to recapture $185,000 in lost revenue due to returns. And then they saw a lift in post-return order volume from customers who then used this code. So again, just little ways that you can go about retaining even more revenue and really turning, grains of sand into a mountain when it comes to incentivizing for the future. All right, and over to you, Sam.
Awesome, Claire. Thank you so much. Those ideas were so helpful, and I feel like these are things that people could start implementing tomorrow to prepare for BFCM and capitalize on all the revenue that they're going to be generating. So, Ian and Claire, thank you both so much. Before I announce our last gift card winner, if you have any questions for Claire or Ian or myself, please drop them in the chat now as we're about to begin our live Q&A session. Now, if you thought we were done, nope. We actually have a surprise for all of you. And I'm not referring to the final gift card of today, but because we're in the giving spirit, we actually have 3 bonus workflows that we'll be sending to all of you after today's event. So stay tuned for that in your inbox. All right, now it's time to answer some of your questions. All right, so first question, Ian, which is the better strategy for BFCM? Create new email flows, repurpose existing flows, or just include universal content blocks in existing email campaign templates?
Great question, first of all. So, what I would recommend doing, and I see a lot of our merchants doing, is taking your kind of like the top three performing flows, right? So, your cart abandonment, your welcome series, and then your post purchase flows, and duplicating those, and then creating all new creative that aligns with kind of the messaging and promotions that you'll be sending out during this time period. You pause the standard ones that you have currently kind of during the Black Friday, Cyber Monday event, and then activate those flows. Some different things I'd consider with each of those. For the cart abandonment, just because you kind of have scarcity, the deal only lasts a couple days here, is actually cutting down on the delays for the sending. So you can do, like, instead of a 4-hour delay in like an email or SMS on cart abandonment, try doing 2 hours. I think the post-purchase and the welcome series are super important too. You want to keep and retain as many customers as you can. So, like, telling your brand story, but also highlighting those deals so they come back during this period and purchase. I think it's a good opportunity to do some of the things, like I said, on having like a daily discount, just to like switch things up from just sending 30% out. One thing I'd also consider, and is a little hint towards my post-purchase like bonus flow, is actually like including a survey of some sort to collect, hey, who's a gift giver, because you can use a lot of that information to segment and also like use that data to send out different campaigns during other holidays like Mother's Day, Father's Day, things of that nature. So I think it's really good to have in your back pocket. Also, those customers are great to invite into your referral program because they're already technically kind of referring a customer by buying them a gift. So yeah, a lot of different things I would consider there.
All great recommendations, Ian. Thank you so much. Claire, I actually have a question for you. So you talked about offering store credit. If somebody wanted to refund their order, offering store credit as an alternative to refunding their payment. What type of store credit would you recommend? Like, what's the recommended value of store credit you should be recommending? And should you increase the value of that store credit if somebody chooses to get store credit as an alternative to the refund?
That is a great question. Also, I really hope the girl math reference was not lost. I see my fellow panelists are also in on it. We would typically recommend, so that's again a really great question. If you want to, obviously your goal should be to have the customer make a future purchase. So what can you do to incentivize them to do that? In offering store credit, if you have anything at play today, like a restocking fee or a returns shipping fee, what we recommend is you actually create rules to waive those fees and entice them with store credit. So Ian's talked a lot about loyalty. It's a great way. So maybe for your VIP customers, you might offer them even more money back on a gift card than refunding to original payments. So really segmenting out your customer base and applying those rules to them is a really great way, again, to ensure people not only take the store credit offer, but then actually use it and spend even more in the future. That's a great
answer. I didn't even think about this idea of like the restocking fees and all those other processing fees that go into, fulfilling orders. So that's super helpful. Another question came in from Kimberly. Do you have any suggestions, Claire, on retaining return revenue for companies who don't often take returns or only take defects?
That's a really good one. I'm taking a quick moment to process it. Don't often take returns or only take defects. So I think, again, it's like what we had talked about. So there are different flows. So Kimberly, I'm not sure if you're also maybe a Klaviyo customer as well. In the event that you are taking defects, just for example, right? So you're able to know that a customer has initiated a return, and you're then able to get that information about that return that just took place. You can then, again, ingest those shipment related events related to the return going back to the warehouse to then use in Klaviyo to fuel a future win-back campaign, offer them, again, a discount code on a future purchase, put them in some sort of path to then entice them to make that repeat purchase. So it's a really great question. And I'd also be curious, definitely we should have a future conversation as to kind of how your returns flow even works, because it sounds pretty unique in that you don't often take returns in general.
Awesome. Thanks, Claire. You're getting a smattering of additional questions. So happy to ask those, or if you want to take those as a follow-up, that's totally fine too.
Yeah, I can definitely respond in the chat so I don't dominate.
Yeah, no worries. One other question that was actually asked in advance of this webinar, the question was, should I adjust my referral program incentives during BFCM? A, that's a great question. And B, yes, absolutely. I would say for a referral program, we typically recommend a double-sided offer. Just in general, rewarding a customer for generating that referral and then giving an incentive to the referred friend to make that initial purchase. And during BFCM, say you have a program that is, give $20, get $20. Maybe during BFCM, you could increase that to $30 or $50 for a limited time. Increase that referral offer for that limited time, and then also for the advocate, I would also recommend. I imagine a lot of companies are doing like a site-wide sale during BFCM, so I would recommend having the friend incentive be the sale. So like have the advocate refer somebody to check out the site-wide sale. So that I would definitely recommend. And then also changing up the messaging around the referral program. Typically, the referral program is, hey, refer a friend, get $20 off. But we've actually A/B tested refer a friend versus give the gift, because people have gifting on their minds, saying, hey, give the gift of this product or give the gift of $20 is a really great way to get people to refer, because they're thinking about gifting something to their friend or family member. All right. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to announce the winner of the final gift card. And the winner is Kimley. Congratulations, Kimley. We will follow up with everyone after the event. Congrats to you, and thank you to everyone that tuned in today. We had a ton of fun and hope you did as well, and also walked away with some workflows you can implement today. I hope these were actionable. That was really the goal of this webinar. And thank you so much to Ian and Claire for joining us today and sharing your wisdom. Have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, everyone.